Everybody, under $20 to get that home. Now, we're transforming our laundry room. We're saving money. We're getting the chemicals out of our house. Now let's talk about, and this is something that I also love, these are your Lamby Dryerballs, a big customer pick, always completely sells out, and again, completely all natural. So let's talk about first and foremost, the dryer sheets and the fabric softeners and what those are doing.
So a lot of people are aware that this stuff is not good. It's petroleum based. It coats your clothes literally in petroleum. And so people think, well, the dryer sheets, they can't be too bad. Hey, the same stuff that's in this bottle is on these sheets. It's just a different delivery system. So I'm gonna take this dryer sheet and I'm gonna rub it onto this mirror. And the end result is that you see the mirror absolutely, a smear, a coating of grease and oil. This goes onto your clothes. That same greasy oil slick, and that is what that is. It's petroleum. On that fabric softener sheet, I'm gonna put into this clear bowl of water. And I want you to get, you can see it, it's nice and clear. And within a matter of seconds, the water goes opaque. And that's what's coating your clothes. Now, baby clothes manufacturers tell you, do not use fabric softeners, do not use dryer sheets, because they affect the fire retardancy of baby clothes. Towel manufacturers tell you, don't use fabric softeners because they affect the absorbency. Sportswear manufacturers tell you, don't use fabric softeners because they affect the wicking property of fabrics. So all of these different types of manufacturers of clothing for humans are saying, don't use fabric softeners, and yet we buy the stuff like crazy. Well, our Lamby Dryerballs soften your clothes the way a fabric softener does, reduce wrinkles, reduce static electricity, and make your dryer work more efficiently so you can dry your clothes faster on lower temperatures, which is also better for your clothes. It's also money back in your pocket because your dryer is a big appliance. Whether it's gas or electric, it's a huge part of your energy consumption. So if you can dry your clothes faster on lower temperatures, that's money back in your pocket on your energy bills. Absolutely.
And you just chuck them in. That's the thing. With your towels, with your clothes, you chuck them in, all four of them. I do want to say again, these will sell out. We have them on a special event price, so these are normally over $25. Because we've got our Today Special from Nellie's, we've brought these down so that you can add these to your order as well. So they are on $20.95, and we do have them on 2 interest-free credit card payments as well. How long can we use these? When should we replace them?
They're guaranteed for 2 years. Now, I've had mine for years, and the only thing that ever happens to mine is if my golden retriever gets a hold of them before I do. So
my son has gotten them. He's like, a ball, yay!
Yay, right? Well, they're super, super soft. So they're New Zealand lamb's wool, and they come from small farms. They're sustainably kept and environmentally friendly, and they're small cooperatives. They shear the lambs, and they send the wool to Nepal, and in Nepal, they're felted into these beautiful woolen balls. So we're creating jobs across the globe. They're sustainable, they're renewable, they're environmentally friendly, and they literally last for years. I've had some of my dryer balls, I'm sure must be like 5 years old, I'm not even kidding. And then some my golden retriever has gotten a hold of. So keep them away from the dog because they do look like tennis balls. To that point, people say, well, why don't I just throw tennis balls in the dryer? Tennis balls are covered in horrible chemicals, and they bang around and they make a lot of noise, and they will not soften your clothes. Our Lamby Dryerballs naturally soften your clothes, reduce wrinkles, reduce static electricity, make your dryer work better, and they're quiet. So you can throw a load in at night before you go to bed and you're not gonna hear bangity, 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 bang around in your dryer. They're very, very quiet. It's the 4-pack. I throw them in, all 4 of them. They help separate and circulate, and they really do make your dryer work better.
And then just like that, you take your clothes out, you round up the, I keep mine in a little basket sitting on the counter, or just throw them back in the dryer, keep them back in there all the time. It's however you wanna do that. But back with the Today Special, think about that. You're saving so much money not buying the detergents and the bleach and the separate oxygen whiteners. You're saving money, You're saving money because, I mean, how many times when you go, we're not even gonna talk about all the chemicals and things we're bringing home, but all of the fabric softeners, whether you do the dryer sheets or you do the liquid, those are incredibly expensive. I think we all have that moment when we're in that aisle of, oh my gosh, right?
And you read all the warnings
about that.
And you see the chemicals, and these things aerosolize in your dryer, and they release what's called volatile organic compounds. This is a major contributor to indoor air pollution. They are toxic. There is no question about it. They are covered in warning labels. So if you do nothing else this year, break up with that toxic relationship. Listen to me, I'm a mom. I know it's bad for you. Switch to our Lamby Dryerballs.
Stay on the line, guys, not to interrupt, but stay on the line. They're incredibly busy. Also, shop all of Nellie's on hsn.com. We have the